Hi everybody, and welcome back to our Edith Holden folio that we're progressively making. We finished the front, that's done and looking nice. And the last time that you joined me, we did the side gusseted pockets. And today I want to talk to you about this bifold that I've put in one of the gusseted pockets. Inside it's journaling. On the front it's just gorgeous. I really love that. And on the back we've got foxgloves, and I'm really lucky actually. I have foxglove stamp that is an Edith Holden stamp, so I'm very lucky to have that, because I don't think they ever sold them. I think they were a giveaway with a magazine or something. So, but we'll leave that for today and we'll concentrate on this side for today. So that's finished, and I'll leave it around for inspiration so I can see what I did, which would be helpful. This is the one, this is the, as Max calls it, the fungus one that we're doing. So the bifold is going to go into there like that. So all I've done is got a piece of card. It's quite sturdy, but I mean it's very bendable. Craft card, I guess. Folded it in half and then taken a whisper off there so I can use one sheet of paper inside for journaling, because if you try and make the paper meet there, every time you fold it bits will spring up. So it's easier if you can have one piece of paper. And A4, when you coffee stain it, shrinks, so you need to be ready for that and cut a little bit off the side. So I've cut a little bit off the side, I've cut my top to look like a tag, and we're ready for the off really. So the first thing that we need to do is emboss these flowers. These are Tim Holt's die cuts from his wildflower set. Might be from several sets, I don't know really, I've got all mine mixed up now. But anyway, I have 3 here, and they have been cut out of the Edith Holden book, Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady, and it's on the text side. I mean, on the other side there are bits of patterns of flowers and stuff, but it's the text really that I want. So I'm just going to get a bit of paper, and we're just going to add some colour to this. Now, I can't claim that this is my idea. It's Artie May's idea. She's just a font of all knowledge when it comes to things arty. So I have taken her idea and sort of run with it really. And what I want to do is just add a little bit of colour to them first before we emboss them. And for that, I'm going to use these Tim Holtz Distress crayons. This is one set, it's set 10. He obviously does loads of sets, presumably at least 10. And I'm going to use the green, which is Forest Moss. And I'm also going to use this orangey colour, which is Wild Honey. I think they're probably the only colours that I need. You've got to be slightly careful because these stems are quite fragile. They will break. So I'm just going to gently go around, putting green where I think green might be in the stems, leaf, etc. But leave the sort of flowery part, and we'll colour it with this Wild Honey. You don't have to be exact. For one thing, we're going to come in with our finger and just move it around a little bit. But it's also nice if it's not exact, it looks far nicer. So just smear it so there's no lumps and bumps really. So that's that one done. I mean, there's nothing to it, and yet it looks so pretty. This one is predominantly green, it's the leaf. But I might just leave some of the ends so I can put a little bit of yellow on them, kind of like an autumn leaf, perhaps something like that, just to get some colour on it really. some down the stem as well. These distress crayons are really soft and really nice to use. I'm just going to put, like I say, some little bit of that wild honey just on the very tips of some, not all, wherever I've left space for it really. And hopefully we'll get the impression that it's an autumn leaf. And carefully with this one, because this stem is fragile. You do kind of need to do this though, otherwise the distress crayon just sits sort of on top of the paper. You've got to sort of burnish it in a little bit. And you get better effect anyway if it's sort of melding together. Do be careful of that stem. Right, that looks quite pretty too. So we're just left with this one. Put the green on first. So just on the little stem parts. These are so fragile. It's incredible to think that you can cut these with a big shot. So on the tops I want this yellow honey, whatever it's called, wild honey was it? There we are, this is super fragile. Right, okay, that's looking nice. Not as nice as they will look in a second when we've embossed them though. It's just quite incredible actually how nice they look. So there we are. Right, let's move those along. And this is what I've been using to do my embossing on. It's a template of a Christmas stocking, but don't pay any attention to that. And what I've been using as my embossing medium is this Perfect Medium from Ranger, and it must be 100,000 years old, to be honest. And it looks horrible, but it does the job really well. Look at that. It's horrible, but it does do the job really well. So I'm going to use it until it doesn't work anymore. And there we are. Let's get our embossing powder on. Now I don't think it really matters what you use. If you've got any of the nice new Ranger ones, maybe fossilized amber or something like that would look nice. I haven't got any of those, so I'm just using one that I've got and had in a drawer for years. I mean, like years and years. It's called Print Magic, I think, if that's its name. I don't know. I think Mr. F probably bought it at an auction somewhere along the line. And so I really, I haven't got a clue. That's a lot. Just the leaf to go. Probably have to do these a couple of times to get a real nice depth of sheen. This is a transparent one that I'm using, this Print Magic embossing one. Let's just use what we've got lying around. There we are. Right. Okay, let's get those embossed up. Put the lid on that. Put this back where it belongs. Yeah, that's all it says. Print Magic Clear. That's it. There's nothing else on that pot. So really, I haven't got a clue if Print Magic is the name of the company or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, let's get these down. I'll do them sort of one at a time. They look so fantastic when they've been embossed. Such a difference. And it's definitely worth the bother. It's definitely worth doing it. Okay, so the question is now, do they need doing again? Would we gain anything? They're really nice, actually. That just needs a bit of heat there where I was holding it with the scissors. I think if we did them again, we'd get a better depth of it. So, yeah, I think I'll do them again. Second layer. The lid off my powder. All these things take time, don't they? But they make such a difference to the overall finished item that I really do believe it's worth taking the time to do it. And, you know, we shouldn't be in so much of a hurry. We're doing it because we love crafting. You don't want things that are just finished in 5 seconds. One more to go. This leaf's looking really nice, actually. Lovely. Right, let's put the lid on that, preserve whatever goodness is left in it, which can't be much now, I don't think. There we go. Phew, got that away without spilling it. So let's make a start on the leaf, see. Yeah, I'm glad we've done that twice. It's really brought that to life. I'll just pop that out of the way while I do the rest because I don't want to overcook it. I'll show you them close up in a sec. Let's get them finished. I did think about doing this in advance, but then you'd miss how to put the distress crayon on, And I think that's the most important bit of it, really. Okay, so we are embossed. Move that off there. Is that side cleaner? No. So you can find something clean to show you them. There. You see those? Honestly, for such easy colouring. I mean, we didn't even colour, we just daubed. And they look so lovely. So that's those done. Good start. Let me just wipe my hands because I'm a bit embossy powdery. So the next thing to do is to take our bifold and collage this with, I'm using Edith, obviously this is an Edith folio, so I'm using bits of Edith paper, etc. Well, no, etc. They are Edith papers. So I've got this, which is a tear, you know, used the rest of it for something, so I could use that there. And, you know, you don't really have to make this complicated collage, just so it covers the back, really. So I could put that there, I could put that there underneath it. Like that. And then it just needs a little bit of something there. So let's put that on first, because that's probably going to be the top bit. Let me just tear along there then, because those horrible straight edges have no place in our collage. And I'll ink them as well while I'm thinking about it. So I've been using this bundled sage throughout. There are times on here, I don't know quite why I'm inking that, that I'll be using tea dye. It just looks better on the other side of the bifold. But for this page I'm using bundled sage. And that piece as well, actually. Right, so that's going to go there on top of this. So I can tear down there. Oh, I can probably get right over, look. It's going to be quite a bit of white there though. I don't know what to do. Yeah, I'm all right with that, I think. So the thing to do then is stick that down. I don't need this bit up here. I'll save that word. You never know when it would come in useful. So that needs to go all the way over there, basically. So that's pretty much the whole tag, really. I can tear a bit down there. Now I've made it not fit. Yeah, that's there. That goes there. Lovely. And that's as complicated as it needs to be, really. It is. So because this is quite a big piece of paper and whatever, I'm going to put it down using the Tim Holtz Distress Collage medium. It's quite expensive, but it really does a cracking job. And it's, you know, sticks it, that's it, done. No ifs, buts, whys, it just does the job. It's really nice to put on. It's smooth. It's not, you know, thick and horrible, not gloopy at all. It's just a really nice, nice medium to use. As I say, it's not the cheapest, but I highly recommend it. So we'll put that there, right at the bottom. Oh no, we want that bit there at the bottom, the lumpy bit. It doesn't matter if it comes over, we can trim it off once it's on there. So just to persuade it to stay on, I would use my brayer if I knew where it was. Here it is. Friendly persuader, as I like to call it. So there we are, and the part of our iris which is going there. Oh, I might need to, yeah, I'm going to have to put a little bit of something here. So I'm just going to take this bit that I tore off and put that, whoops, just on the bottom there. Just there. It doesn't matter that it, you know, it's a different thing. It doesn't matter in the slightest. I got caught up with my flowers. So I'm just going to put collage medium over the rest of the front of this bifold here, so we can stick our iris on. Come over onto the other paper as well. Make free with it. There we go. So I'll just line that top up there with the top of the card. Bring it down here. That looks nice. And then I'm just going to tuck underneath here with my my brush just to make sure I'm stuck all the way down, and trim off the surplus there. So basically all you're doing is covering a card with remnants you've got of whatever it is you're using. Digipapers, Edith, dictionary, whatever it is you're using. Just cover the entire thing, stick it all down. Trim it off nice as you like and be fine. They really are scraps now. Even I can't save those. So, there we go. What I'm going to do now is cover this entire thing with the collage medium, and then we'll be able to go around with the distress crayons afterwards. You can't really use the distress crayons on plain paper. They just bite into it and you can't smudge them very much. So if you put this distress medium on first, it gives it a nice background and you can use your distress crayons satisfactorily. So we want that all over it. Form a coat there. Right, okay. I'm just going to get my this, whatever you call it, because I've got some bits and lumps in my collage. There we are, we're all right. And wipe that off. That won't do you any favours. Right, let's put the lid on that for the time being, although we'll be back to it fairly soon. So that's just drying away, doing its own thing. Put it over there. Right, so the next thing we need is a tag shaped tag. This is one of my templates that I use quite often. 6.5 by 3.5. 6.5 is right to the top and 3.5 across here, and it's just got the corners cut off it. And the next thing we need to do is cover that with a bit of this. It's kind of fine burlap hessian type stuff, I would say. It's not coarse at all in any way. We don't want coarse things. So I'm just going to get a bit of kitchen towel, and I'm going to cut myself a piece of card out first using that template. So if it's straight, which I think it is, it should go up the sides and along the bottom like that, and then just draw around it and then cut around it, and you got yourself a tag. I think it's worth making those tags. I've got a series of them stepped. I've got one larger than that actually, and the rest are stepped down, you know, sort of 6 by 3 and whatever. And then you've always got them to hand. It's amazing how often you've got to cut out tag shapes. Then you've got to find the thing to cut the corners off, etc, etc. It's just loads easier if you've already got the tag template. Right, so here we are. Here's our template. Here's our tag. And what I'm going to do is, once again, spread this with collage medium. Earning his keep today is collage medium. Sat in the drawer for ages, hadn't done a thing. Then out he comes today and he's everywhere. Kind of shy away from using it really because it's quite expensive. But it does do the job. And in this instance, we're going to be sticking fabric to it, to card. And it does that job really, really well. And it doesn't show through or anything. So take your fabric, lay it down, get your glue side down next to that, and try and do it on the grain if you can. It's tricky to get it on the grain, just approximately. I'm saying the grain, I mean the weave of the fabric. And press that down so they're fairly well stuck. A bit down this bottom corner, I think, that hasn't got any on. So there we are, lovely. Quite smooth, quite all right. Great. I think I've finished with that for the time being, so I'll pop that in the water. I'll pop the lid on that. Right, so the next thing to do is cut around here with about sort of 1/4 of an inch-ish type border. You don't have to be exact. It's just we want to fray it. I want it to look fairly neat once we've done it. So sort of equidistant all the way around the card. And then, as I say, you just want to fray it. It should fray fairly easily if you've got the right fabric. See how far off the weaver was here. I'm finished at this end. I've still got several threads up here, but never mind. It doesn't matter. It doesn't take long. You just got to tease them out. The coarser the weave you have, the easier it is, but it doesn't always look the nicest. But that's your decision. You know, you can choose. You could use plain dyed linen. You could use denim. Use anything. Now these ones on the edge, they're not going to fray very well because the weave only goes up and down, and this is a cross, so you've just really got to take your fingers and fluff them as best you can. Fluff your corners just so they don't stand out really, so that's all right. I think that's fine. And just You could use those threads if you wanted, but for this occasion I'm putting them in the bin. Right, so the next thing to do is to glue the flowers on. But let's place them on first and see if we want something. Oh, don't they look gorgeous? They look absolutely gorgeous. I don't know whether I want that in the middle or the leaf in the middle, maybe. I don't know. Let's have a look. Let's have a look and see. Yeah, maybe the leaf in the middle. These wildflowers, honestly, they stick together at the drop of a hat. They drive you bonkers. So I'll have that there, and then this up there, maybe. Yeah, I think that's okay. Of course, you don't have to colour, you know, I've used only 2 colours of the distress crayons for mine. You could use any colours, pinks, reds, yellows, whatever. I just like these because I think they're in keeping with Edith. So I'm gonna stick those on, but first, on the one that I've previously done, I've actually stuck this little specimen card in, and I like that. It's from the Tim Holtz Field Notes set. If I can find it. It's a really useful set. I'm actually on my second one now. So anything really that you think would look quite nice. No, maybe not that. That would look quite nice. I quite like that. Let's see what else we've got. Yeah, this one actually says specimen on it, and I like that. Pop that in there. Yeah, I think, ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. And I think that's the winner. Okay. I'm just going to quickly ink. I'm not going to put any additional ink on my dabber. I'm just going to give it a whisper of bundled sage and work out exactly where I want it, which is there. Okay. Move those out of the way. I'm just going to use Fabri-Tac for this because it is going onto fabric. I think it was about there. It'll be fine anyway. Lovely. It's a nice little label, that. I like it. I like it a lot. Right, so let's glue these on then. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac again because it's, you know, I'm sticking it down onto fabric, so it makes sense. So sorry, this is a bit of a tedious part, but it's got to be done. It's got to be done. Actually, I quite like this. I quite like doing this. I don't know why. I find it satisfying. I particularly like the idea of colouring in and embossing these. It's just a great way forward. Definitely one you've got to try, I think. Alright, so that wants to come sort of from the middle and then up round because I want to leave room to put some ribbon in the top. Got some glue there, but that's fine. I've got it cleaned up now. These, in case you don't know, I got this tip from Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah. Wet wipes that have dried out are perfect. They're lint free and they're really absorbent. So if you've got, you know, if you're doing that and glue is oozing out, use one of these. It just absorbs the glue and it's perfect for the job, and they're not expensive either, are they? So let's see, where should I put that? About there. And then this one's going to go... No, I think I'm going to have to put that one there because that's bigger. Put that there. Persuade that to go there. Yeah. Does a fiddly job, this. Especially this one, it's tiny. Stalks are tiny. Right. Now I can't remember which side I said, but I think it was that side. I'm just going to make those tiny stalks work for me and spread them out. Bring that down to the same place at the bottom as the other one. There we are. Lovely. And this one, maybe that side, I think. My hands are so sticky, it's ridiculous. I could stick myself to the journal. Remember that advert for Solvite wallpaper paste where they used to stick that bloke to a wall and then heave him up with a helicopter? I don't really fancy that, but my hands do feel that sticky. Stop a touch. There we are. That's fine. So there we are, I've got our flowers on, and don't they look nice? They really do. So next thing to do is wipe my hands, and we just want to put a hole in there and put some ink around here. This is dry now. Yeah, that's dry. When I say ink, I mean distress crayon around there. That might be the first thing to do, actually. Let's do that first. Okay. Who's nicked them? Nobody. They are here. So could use the green, which would go nicely with that, and with the rest of the book, to be honest. The book is fairly green. I could use that. Wild honey. That might be quite a nice change. Let's use that. Something different, isn't it? So really you just put it on down the sides. Don't need to be exact in any way, shape or form with this, because the idea is you're going to move it around anyway. There we are. So let's see if that's for moving around. Yeah, there you go. Just take your finger and just move it. It's marvellous stuff. It's completely see-through. I know that there's nothing there to see, but if there were, you would see it. Oh, it's lovely. I love this yellow. It's really nice. It's standing out really nicely with those irises. I think it might look quite nice with our flowers as well. Really hadn't tried this before, so it's an experiment. There we are. Oh, doesn't that look gorgeous? Let's put that on there. Yeah, that's really, really nice. I think it perhaps needs just a little bit more colour down here, and maybe something like a butterfly or something. So I'll just put a little bit there and just distress that in. There we are. Let's see. Yeah, that's just the job. Just the job. I just need to just use my water with my brush in, just to get rid of this glue and everything, distress crayon and everything on my fingertips. So it's awful. So, righto. I think that a butterfly would be good there. So let's see if I've got a butterfly. I've got loads of butterflies. What are you talking about? That would look quite nice there. That's the right colour. Let's see what else we've got. I've got a green one. I don't think that would go now. I've surprised myself. I quite like that, but it's a bit on the large side. What else have I got? I've got that green one. Okay, so is it that one or that one? That one, I think, with the yellow. Now the other thing that I want to do is put some bits of sort of ephemera around it, so it's not just standing, you know, on its own, stuck on a piece of card. So let's just see what we've all got. We've got loads of stuff. That's quite nice. Would look quite nice there. Got lots of labels and things which I like a lot. Look at that, that's nice. That sits quite nicely there, doesn't it? This is, you know, this is a let's keep trial and error type thing till you get exactly the thing that you fancied. So it can take a little while, this part of the proceedings, unless you're quite strict with yourself, which I'm not. Oh, look at that one with all the fungi on it. Oh, that would be gorgeous. I really like that. Let's see what that would look like. Yeah. Yep, that has got to be done. So let me just, I don't need all of it, I just need a little bit, this much. Some, I can still preserve some for another project or two. So right, we're going to stick that there, up a little bit, there, that's fine. Yeah, that's going there. The butterfly is going to go there. Just need something. I'm going to have a hole there with the ribbon, so that will be all right. Do I want that there? No, not anymore. Not now I've got that there. What about this one? No, no. What about that down there? No, it's not wide enough, you can't see it through there. What about this? Private collection. Yeah, quite like that. Yeah, quite like that. And I think that might actually be enough. Yeah, that's it. That is it. Let's put all the goodies away. I think we're there. I've actually got this piece. It is Edith and it says Black Bryony. I'm just wondering if that would go there. If we coloured it up. No, not right for the job. This is what's right for the job. So I can start sticking those on now. I'm just going to go around this butterfly with a bit of tea dye colour. Just swap my pads over. Stick them on the bottom. This one's stuck on the bottom waiting for me. So this got quite a lot of white on it actually. So I'm just going to try and dull that down a little bit. It's part of the Tim Holtz thing. It's not my ineptitude at fussy cutting, although I have to say it's not one of my strong suits. But I wouldn't normally leave this much white on. That's fine. Looks better. Right, okay. So let's make some, well, let's stick this on first because it goes on the front. I mean, I can stick it on without moving anything. Just underneath that other one, right in the corner. Lovely. So these two well, maybe I can stick the butterfly on first. Butterflies go in there. So half of it needs to be on these dimensional stickers, otherwise it's not going to sit right. So it's this half that needs these little dimensional stickers just to lift it a little bit, because otherwise it just won't sit right. To take that one off, it's bent. Right, that's fine. So just take the backs off them, easy to get off. So they are easy to get off. That's it. Right. So I always just add a little bit of Fabri-Tac to those anyway, because I just never believe anybody when they say something's self-adhesive. So half. Oh, I can't do that yet. If I do that, I can't lift it off. Oh, so I won't stick the dimensional ones down yet, because that's no good. So I want that there. So I'll just put some glue down here. It just needs to get stuck down there, just so it's easier when we come to stick the whole thing together, that we know where things are. Let's see. Oh, that's so nice, that fungi one. It's just perfect for the job. And this one, let's see how far. Yeah, about halfway. It seems a shame actually to waste this. We want that. Okay. Right, so now we really can glue the whole back of it, including the butterfly, etc. And I'm going to get the big pot of Fabri-Tac out for that, because it's quite a big area. Looks like it's had a Fabri-Tac explosion in there. Oh, I'll tell you what I need to do before I do that. I need to make a hole. For the ribbon, so where does it need to go? 1, 2, yeah, but there then. So let's make a hole there for the ribbon. Oh, it's chewed that up a bit, hasn't it? That's not very nice. Try it from the other side. That's fine. I'm going to put a grommet in there actually, just so the fabric won't fray. I'm going to use quite a dark coloured one. I've got a selection of gold and copper and whatever, but I'll choose the darkest one. Pop that in through there and it'll catch all those loose ends. Oh, I told you my hands were sticky. Everything's sticking to me. Right, get in there and crunch down. Let's have a look. Oh yes, it's a lovely job. That's great. That solved the problem of loose threads and stuff like that. It's just not a problem anymore. And I want some ribbon. So, what colour do I want? Green might look nice. Green, have a look. green. I haven't got any of that yellowy colour in this. What do you call this stuff? That's quite nice. I quite like that. I'm going with that. That's just a remnanty bit. So let's pop that through there and see if I've got enough to tie a bow with, which I may or I may not. Might have, might just. This seam binding is so lovely. For so long I've not bought it because I didn't think there was anything special about it. And then I thought, well, I'll try some. And once you try it, you never go back. At least I won't. So there we are. Pretty, pretty little bow. Now are we ready to glue it? Surely we must be. Oh, doesn't this look lovely? It is so pretty. So it's going to go there. I can move it down a little bit so you get to see a little bit more of that iris. Right, let's glue it. I think we're there. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue around that grommet, eyelet, whatever it is, and some more onto my dimensional butterfly. So for all it looks complicated, this card, once you actually break it down into its constituent parts, it's not that difficult. There we go. Now then, let's just get it exactly where we want it. So I just want that in just a touch from the edge. And it just fits then so nicely. Make sure you've got your dimensional stuff down and press everywhere. And that, ladies and gentlemen, pretty much that. Maybe just needs a little. I'm going to put the lid back on my big Fabri-Tac because I don't want to waste that. But I'm just going to take my little Fabri-Tac and add a little bit of glue just down here. You see, it's just not sticking as well as it could. So I'll just add that to there. Persuade it to stick. Still a bit there that doesn't want to stick. Don't want to add too much glue because it will come through and it'll discolour it. So there we are, guys. What do you think? I think it's a really pretty tag. Well, or in this case, part of our bifold. And the next time, oh, look at that. There's a little bit there that I've missed. So easy to miss bits, isn't it, with these little fiddly bits. Press that down. So I hope you like our tag, as you can see. I hope you can, there you go, look how glistening, gleamy goodness that is. So the next time you join me, we'll be doing the other side of the bifold, which is this one. Also pretty, and once you break it down, trust me, it's easy. Okay, so I'll see you when we're doing that, and that's all for today. Bye.